sets the mood, doesn't it? You know, we call this the seniors' home concert because this is, hopefully, fingers crossed, the last concert that the seniors play indoors. Although we might get a bonus indoor concert, you never know. You know, my favorite part of tour, hands down, and we made a change this year, was we had all the seniors eat dinner with me on the last night. And, you know, just sitting there, eating great barbecue, surrounded by people that I've spent 4 years making music with, just meant the world to me. And several of the seniors couldn't make it, and they were there in spirit, of course. But I told them a couple words of wisdom, not too many because I don't have that many, but a couple of them. You know, people always ask me, and I'm sure they ask Mr. Needleman too, it must be so fun to make music and wave your arms and music happens, and that must be the best part of your job. And I said, well, it's really cool to do that. But the really best part is to watch students come in as ninth graders and leave as seniors. And there's something so special about having the opportunity to witness that transformation. I remember when I met Dylan as an 8th grader, he came to my office and wore a suit to play for me. And I remember coming in July, way before band camp, and writing your names on those instrument tags. You know, one of you had my instrument, I remember that. That was mine in high school. And, you know, it just means so much that every February, the blue cards go out, and all the elective teachers, we all sort of hold our breath and cross our fingers that we still have jobs. And every year, you kept checking the box. And we really appreciate that. It means so much that you have invested your time with us. And parents, you're not excluded from this, because the last 4 years, we've gotten to know you just as much as we've gotten to know your students. And it's a fine community, and it's anchored by our amazing performing arts boosters. So before we honor our seniors, we're going to give a big shout out. This year it's George Stagg. Last year it was other people, and it just keeps going, right? Thank you so much, Performing Arts Boosters. And I tell you from the heart that I still get text messages from concert programs from my mother, who still goes to the high school band and orchestra concerts in Madison, Wisconsin. So I'll see you at the Basilica concert, senior parents. We have an enormous amount of seniors this year. We actually have more seniors than the choir does this year. Not that I was counting. It's pretty awesome. Let's hold our applause until the end. We'll be here for a long time if we don't. And I'm going to go in score order because that's the way my brain thinks. I'm looking out and I'm seeing like some people in the middle here. So if you don't quite come up right away, just make your way as quick as possible. You know what instrument you play. So before I introduce the names, I will just say once, parents, you and I have worked together to get these kids playing their instruments until they're 18 years old. You have one more suitcase to pack. Don't forget to have them pack their instrument. When they show up on a college campus, there is nothing better than finding an instant group of friends to make music with. And they can't do that without an instrument. They can't do that without an instrument. So make sure that as they're packing, they might say, oh, but I don't know if I'm going to have time. And you say, of course you'll have time. You had time in high school. Of course you have time. So let's keep the music tradition going. All right, in no particular order other than score order, we have, starting with the flutes, Zoe Brokering and Segal Levitt. Oh, sorry, you're going to come up this way, you're going to shake our hands. That's how it's work right on the high five. Don't trip, that's right. Zoe and Segal, Lucy Allen, Will Olson, Sadie Johnson, Lulu McCormick, Siobhan Dietz, Adelaide Fanner, continuing in the double reads, Francis Bertino, Andrew Stein, who couldn't be with us this evening, Sam Voda. Oh, this is, look at this. Evan, Grant, Buzak, Sophie Foster, Isabella Kemling, Kate Dwyer. They've been stand partners for 4 years. Amelia Watson, Alex Wilson, Simon Lynn Kamenko, Will Munich, Owen Dean, Grace Legree, Henry Stahl, Charlie Peterson, Shay Cigar, Aaron Summerness, Mason Muse. They've also been folder partners for 4 years. Andrew Rauder, Lars Leaving, also folder partners for 4 years. Power of the stand partner is real, right, Grace? Mark Picala. Run out of space here. Okay. And Codell Christensen, Zelton Montero Castillo, Bella Pick, Pete Slager, Max Dzinski Dash. I think that does it for the band. If I miss any, this is like my greatest fear as a teacher right now. Moving to the orchestra, Michaela Ferderer, Blake Sturgis, McKenna Larson, Mira Thompson, Quincy Knowles, Isadora White. You guys, just make a second row. Kneel. I lost my spot. Isadora White, we got her. Yes, absolutely. Dylan Canavy, Abe Schultz-Carlson, excuse me, Gemma Montgomery, Jorgen Lene. Unless I've missed anybody. This, Mia, Moses, there you go. I got you, sorry. Mia, thank you. Again, greatest fear as a teacher. Greatest fear. So, we don't clap too often in our classroom, we shuffle our feet. So would you please shuffle your feet? The senior class, and a nice you can clap too. We'll take about 3, 2, 1. Thank you very much, seniors. Thank you very much. There's a lot of open chairs. That's right. We're going to close the concert with something so cool because it's so much a part of Needleman and Wixon. It is the theme from Sesame Street. We have young kids, and these kids all remember the theme from Sesame Street. So, without further ado, Jazz 1, let's regroup and swing it on Sesame Street.